Time is of the essence. We must assist our allies.
So, I'd like to ask you guys one question before we get our comparison. How come the East has never exactly attacked gamers while the West attacks gamers? And I mean journalists. How come the East didn't attack gamers? Or better yet, why did IGN China give Black Myth Wukong a 10 out of 10, while IGN America gave Black Myth Wukong an 8? Or in this case, they gave it a 5 before it bumped up to an 8. And don't say I'm lying, okay? It was true. It was proven to be true, 100%. We're gonna react to Jay the Concept. I know it's a bit of an old video, but this kind of thing is pretty important that I need to give you the context of it.
Okay, we got combat is fluid and fun. Okay, that sounds good. Cinematography can be breathtaking at times, which means the game is gorgeous. All I've been hearing about this game is that it's the most beautiful game that you've seen on consoles and PC. Okay, that's pretty good. Great diversity in items and mechanics. Sounds nice. What are the cons? Oh shit, okay, let's see. Game performance is unpolished. I have been seeing people actually fairly critique this, but to tell you the truth, the game doesn't come out until the 20th. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do a day one patch that's going to actually attack this stuff, but I could see them actually putting out a review. This is a fair criticism, so I'm not going to knock that. So what's the second line? Lacking in inclusivity and diversity. Yeah, you heard me. They put in the cons section of a game that's made in China about Chinese mythology. They put lacking in inclusivity and diversity. Are we really here right now? Is this the time? I used to joke about shit like this. I used to literally joke and say that, you know, they're going to start putting this shit and saying this shit in reviews now and actually deducting points because it doesn't have inclusivity and diversity. I didn't think it was going to be now. This is almost like the revelation of the ending of journalism itself. Like literally, they are literally deducting points in a Chinese-made game made for Chinese mythology. And you're going to deduct the points because of lack of diversity. When I haven't seen a human being, 100% human being in this game whatsoever. You got monkeys, you got fucking tigers, you got bears, oh my. You got literally everything in this game when it comes to animals mixed with human-like features, and you're gonna bitch and complain about diversity? This just goes down the spiraling path, because I'm not letting IGN off the hook either, because you guys won't believe what they did as well. Watch this. So IGN thought that they could get away with actually giving this game an 8. They didn't really give it an 8. To tell you the truth, they got exposed that they really gave it a 5. And the reason why they're doing this is because they've been trying to write hit pieces on this game or this company since the beginning when it first got announced. They didn't like the fact that this game was going to be highly successful, and the fact that they kept on saying fuck you to the woke people trying to come into their company and trying to change it because they wanted them to play ball. They didn't. Game Science has not said a word to these gaming companies because they don't owe them anything. These people literally have zero power, but they will literally make up a controversy and then expect you to comment and disprove that controversy. What type of sense does that make? So they're not playing ball. And I hope that a lot more people and a lot more companies start to do this shit too and just say, fuck you, get out my face. I don't have to talk to you. I don't care what you accuse me of. You don't owe them nothing. So apparently, which I'm gonna show right now, supposedly someone in China got mad and leaked the upcoming IGN review of Black Myth Wukong. Rebecca, whatever fuck. Valentine is the IGN reporter who originally wrote the much-cited hit piece on Wukong's devs. Game Science using mistranslated and out of context quotes, which they do all the fucking time. They did the same thing with Stellar Blade too. Her debunked article was quoted as the factual basis for dozens of hit pieces on Game Science, as the devs claimed they were being extorted for millions of dollars to be forced to hire woke consultants to fix their image. Remember I talked about this shit during like 3 videos ago, and I talked about how Sweet Baby and all these other companies were trying to get into Game Science to try to extort them for $3 million, and a lot of people basically said that that wasn't the case. Apparently so, because what I said happened verbatim. We could just tell by the fallout. Because of these hit pieces, the fact that IGN gave them a 5 actually behind the scenes and they got outed, and they had to bump it up to an 8 because of all the backlash that China gave against them, because China gave it a 10. IGN China gave it a 10.
拿出如此体量的第一款单机作品，说这是一场奇迹也绝不为过。黑神话悟空绝对可以说是一座中国游戏行业的历史。
So IGN America gave it an 8 out of 10, and that's the bump up score. They originally gave it a 5, but that's such a huge difference from IGN China giving it a 10 and IGN America giving it a 5, so they had to at least bump it up to an 8 to make ends meet, to be like, okay, well, we could just bump it down because of technical issues and stuff like that. That's what we can do. You see where this is going. So this shows you the fallout of what happened. They're not playing ball. That's the reason why they're trying to do this shit.
Sorry I had to make that even longer, but you guys really need to get the full context of what I'm about to discuss. IGN China gave Badminton Wukong a 10, while IGN America gave it a 5 before they have to bump it up to an 8. Why is that? Why did they give games that they championed and failed a high score? Now, when it comes to Trump, I don't think, or perhaps I don't know how these video companies are going to continue forward. That is a whole nother video into itself. You ask yourself, how come the video game journalists in the East didn't attack gamers? Why does the Western video game journalists attack gamers? And yet only the Eastern journalists are mainly respected, well, mainly, compared to the West. Because, well, they mostly give you factual information. Well, not exactly 100%. There are some that are still needs correcting, but most of them are factual information. Correction, there are some need to be corrected, but it is better than the West. Jay said the reason Badminton Wukong got a 3 because of lack of inclusivity, because of diversity and lack of inclusivity, something like that. Oh wait, yeah, lack of inclusivity and diversity. Trying to jog at it. Because of all those hit bees, guess what? Game Science ignore it, do what they do best, and boom! 2 million players, 10 million copies sold. Congratulations, Game Science. Mission accomplished. That is what we are. And now many journalists, and I overheard that MSNBC is now shuttering, CNN is now laying off a few of their people, yet the journalists in the East, they're still continuing, although they still need upgrades, computers and all that, which I think they already do. You can't exactly be a journalist if you don't have the right proper equipment. I'd say computers, or in this case high grade, because it's gonna take higher and higher storage or something, because the technology is growing, so you have to adapt to it. In conclusion, the East will always respect gamers because I think they will have to report what they have to say. Nothing much. Pretty much certain that many Eastern video game journalists were given a code. They played it they played it through and through, finish it. Which I think most of them are in their vacation time, because usually people, well, I overheard they say that journalists have a certain deadline that they need to figure it out, or they need to target. So you can't exactly tell whether or not these journalists in the West played games such as Badminton Wukong or Stellar Blade, because remember, RPGs takes a long time to finish. So I'd be shocked many Eastern journalists managed to finish it through the end. So that's the difference. I'm proud to be from the East.
Your might on the battlefield proved most impressive. With a little more training, you will be right up there with me in no time.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my first and third channel up here or link in the description.